Welcome, everybody. There we go. Welcome, all my lads. My lads. My lads. Oh. See, we got a little glitch. Technical. Windows updated. When that happens, you just have to pray that it works. After that, but welcome, Dials. James, get the Twitch. Oh, okay, yeah. Welcome, Sister Mira and Dare. Looks like we're gonna be just hanging out, making music, loving our damn self. Went to the grocery store today, so that's why I got on late. Last night was the first night that I streamed for 5 hours since last week. So my body is still adjusting towards the new time. Unfortunately, at the end of the stream, I went to sleep, but I didn't go to sleep completely. But that's okay. Let's see. Let's make some lo-fi. What do you think? Lo-fi. welcome. Welcome everybody. Good day. Good day, mates. Are we having a good day so far? Or a good night, I guess, wherever you're at. Good morning, night. Just hit it all in one. Welcome Bella and Jenny. Let's make some. I think lo-fi is appropriate. Get some matcha in my. Welcome to the daytime stream. Good time to make some music. Starting to look forward to meditation again. Thank you for meditating and loving your damn self, because nobody's gonna do that for you. And go with that. Not too bad. Welcome everybody, Internal and Latte Forever. Welcome everybody. Brendan and Bella. Are you having a great day so far on planet Earth? If you're not, maybe you just need one of these. What was that? You know George of the Jungle? George of the Jungle, watch out for that tree. Watch out for that tree. Maybe you too young, or the other side, you know. George at the jungle, watch out for that tree. Let me just Google. What year did George of the Jungle, the cartoon, was it created? 1967. Oh no, shoot, I didn't even watch that version. There was an even older version. Oh, you know, maybe it is the right version, because it did air on Cartoon Network. Whatever was on Cartoon Network, I watched, because we didn't have Roblox back then. No Minecraft. Maybe just Legos. Nickelodeon. Barely Nickelodeon. Before Nickelodeon, we had public TV. And Super Nintendo, okay. Shout out to the Super Nintendo, okay. Lego and then Super Nintendo. But when you play 3D games, it's different because it feels like you're in the world. Right? When you play a 2D game, you know how to stop because it's not three-dimensional. Doesn't require too much. It was more discipline-based, right? You just remember these areas. Like Super Mario, you know all the secret. You jump over the block. Then you go to a secret area. You go to level 8 or whatever. Nowadays, it's like freaking endless, right? That's why you can play World of Warcraft like forever. And I think people actually do play World of Warcraft forever. Some people, yeah. I had Atari. You had Atari? I remember we did have a gaming system at home, but I didn't play it very much for whatever reason. I guess I found the tree and, you know, the toy weapons more interesting, and swimming. I was always swimming. Yeah. As a kid, swim. Welcome, Swami. Who remembers Fabuland Lego? Nope. I had the cheapest Legos. The multicolored one. And then I had Connect. One of the thing you can add a wheel to it. Which I was obsessed with because which made me interested in engineering, but then I lost interest in school, I think, from getting bullied, and then I found video games, and that was it. I lost interest in school at at middle school, right? When middle school started, I just lost interest and found, well, the age of the internet at that time. You got mail. Of course, that time, we had a PS1, right? PlayStation 1. Because my father also liked video games, but he just played at the arcade, the super old school. The super... Oh, excuse me, that might be some of y'all here. I mean the older school. Not super, just regular old school. Yeah, Pac-Man and what's that? Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Terminator 2 at the. Yeah, and if you want to deal with the more gambling type, then you play 8-ball or snooker and what's the other one? Pool. I grew up playing Mortal Kombat with my father. He led the way. Cause we own a laundromat, and then there's a lot of downtime. So with the downtime, you could still play an arcade game and just get off it. Lots of interesting games. The experience at the arcade is very non-attached because it costs money, right? So every day I would all right, can I have a quarter or two? Right. That was my daily, all right, you get a quarter today, and then I go play whatever game. Or sometimes I was like a arcade kid. I was really good at looking for quarters, because people just don't care, I guess. So I would look in the drain. People wash their laundry, and the quarters do go down the drain, even in the dryer. So I would just be like quarter hunting all the time, which you could find a ton of quarters, because again, the coin laundry, right? It's a scavenger hunt that's useful. Like, find the treasure. When you find the treasure, you can put it in the game and play. Can you do some funny and powerful sounds? Funny and powerful sounds. I think those sounds might be available in the restroom. Anyways. Funny and powerful sounds. My next appointment on you. Oh, okay, that's okay. You can when you're older, every day that you wake up is your birthday. Okay, let's be real. If you just wake up and your joints don't hurt, something not hurting, it's a great day. Damn, I'm friends with lots of older people. Just send me sound healing into a retirement home, okay? Just, we're gonna heal your joints today. Lots of bots on Kick recently. What the hell? People desperate for views? Yeah. People do buy bots and stuff. The desperation is high today. I gotta get... Yeah. Do you feel the energy is weird today because of the news yesterday and also not? It affects it, right? Because the full moon just happened. The lunar eclipse happened. So all these ripple effects happen to the energy on the planet. But at the end of the day, welcome to planet Earth. It's not supposed to be rainbow, sunshine, unicorn, and fluffy cotton candy all the time. This is why we have community to help reduce the suffering and pain. But at the end of the day, this human existence has a lot of suffering, right? And we can help ease that pain through love and meditation, gratitude and joy, right? That's okay. This too shall pass. Our ancestors, maybe sometimes they were really low on food during the winter time, but they make it. That's why we're here today, right? Maybe our ancestor almost passed away because they don't have medicine, but somehow they make it this far for us to be here today. We have our own challenges too, and all we do is the best that we can to make this reality a more unifying and loving place, because life is difficult. But sadly, because there's so many people on the planet, there's systems of control that make it tricky, and there's manipulation, ego, and all these things. Yeah. It's natural, right? Whenever there's more people and more money, like Notorious B.I.G. says, I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problems we see. B.I.G.P. Okay, excuse me. That's why I crack a lot of jokes, because life hard. You know what I mean? But we can learn to enjoy, and that's why I keep my happiness simple. Yeah. Do you think people celebrating what happened is okay? No, I think, of course, that's wrong. Which is why we just say the simple word, an eye for an eye make everyone blind. Some people don't believe in one love, but that's why I don't hang out with those kind of people. That's why we hang out here. Do you see why I'm so grateful we have this space? Because it's a compassionate, and we're actually doing it, not just performative compassion, which is why I'm happy to just be with myself and do it, because I can control what's happening in our community, right? What happens outside of here, the lack of compassion, right? The world we interact with, we can influence, but I can't engage with ignorant people who celebrate people's death. That's wrong. Because one day it could be them or me, and I'm not gonna celebrate, right? Because I have compassion and love that's genuine, not tribalism. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't wait for the collective to have that mentality, right? I lead fiercely with love, right? They talk about courage, right? Being here, I get attacked by people a lot, but not that bad, right? Some people need their politics to be here. Some people need their religion. I just follow one love. There's cause and effect. Everything happens for a reason, right? There's no accident in the universe. And sadly, there is a battle between good versus evil on planet Earth. But on a metaphysical level, we're all one brother, sister. Right? Some of us leave here early because that's our purpose. Well, when that time is, no one knows. My day could be today. Right? But that's why I live my life to the fullest, knowing that, okay, I did my part, I followed through on my calling and my purpose. And to me, that's why I'm happy. Because I know I live today following my heart. And I'm just some dude, but I see the issue. It's just whenever you're dealing that's why you, as a light worker, you have to learn to keep things underground and low key. When you become too public, sometimes you become more of an ideologue. It's more ideology, but no transformation, right? Yeah. So that's why I just focus more on grassroots. How can we teach people how to breathe? And then how can I teach others so that they go teach other people how to breathe? Right? What did Bob Marley say? Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Instead of waiting for one dude to do so much work, we all need to do our part. Then we all become messengers and teachers, not just waiting for someone to rise up single-handedly, right? And that's what I believe, yeah. We all can be the Messiah, the messenger of peace and love. Instead of waiting for one person to rise up and be a strong catalyst, if we just all show up to be a firm catalyst, right? Because when there's too many peaceful warriors or peaceful light, there's somebody else doing it, right? So that's it. And to me, that's what already happening, right? There's so many good people. That's why it's, as much as people complain about it's not peaceful on the planet, it's way more peaceful than it's ever been, right? Because we got law, we got order. Back then when there was less of it, what happened? It was natural for people to, do the wrong thing, and then nobody really knows. But nowadays, we're just so spoiled, and sometimes we're ungrateful we don't realize how far we've come because we've been taught by the TV to complain. Right? Because every day we turn on the news, they complaining. Right? They're focused on something wrong. And so I wake up and I'm here with you, focus on something right? Some gratitude, some appreciation for the things we already had, which leads to healing, awakening, and transformation. But an awakened humanity an awakened humanity is a lot harder to control. When you're ignorant, and you don't know better, you'll go out and buy Labubus and Pokemon all day without asking questions. Right? Because all of that is just to keep... Because the moment we start having an enlightenment period, it's going against the system, because people are like, maybe it's not good, we should make a change. Right? And the people in power who wants to, maintain that power, they know if people start awakening, it's a problem for the people who want to maintain that, right? But that's why, again, we've been blessed with life. One day it's gonna end. So that's why with what we have, how can we make each other's life more peaceful and loving? That's why I do this, because I don't want to, at the final day, man, I collected lots of flutes and had lots of labubus, and I had some rare Pokemon cards that I'm going to pass over next. And also I have Beanie Babies in my attic. Oh, what the... That's why I'm aggressive with transformation, because I wake up with a purpose, knowing one day I won't wake up, Now no matter what, let's just be real. Most people, we just want peace and love. Don't F with us. Let's just take care of our family, live my life, and enjoy life. Right? That's it. But it's not that simple, right? Like our simple blessing, like us being able to have internet, headphones, and all these things. Some people, that's a dream that we're living. But to us, it's not a dream, because oftentimes we're unaware of our blessings. And there is good and evil happening too, right? There's really good people on the planet, and then there's evil people. And the reason why they're evil, because sometimes when you grow up and you go through deep trauma that F your brain up since you were childhood, and you grow up being really, right, your brain becomes really effed up, Oh, there's actually a ton of bots on here. So that's why we just got to do the best that we can to mentor and help each other have the tools to navigate through life, so that we don't get manipulated by ignorant people who don't know better, right? Because the people who are evil, they don't know better. They just been traumatized. They've been raised in a life that led them to be that way. And that's why there's jail for but some people don't get caught. So that's why we have to still arm each other with knowledge, right? Rather than just kind of blaming the system. You can't wait. Sometimes the system's not going to change, but we can change our mentality. Right? We can grow our wisdom. So that's why I'm always teaching y'all tools, like useful knowledge that you can apply today. Not some fluffy BS that helps you, like there's some 7th dimension and the Pleiadians and awakening to ascension so that we can be in a Christ consciousness, awakening right? In a next dimensional awakening, so we can connect to the aliens. Like, cut the fluff, you know. That's why when I see people start talking fluffy, I already know we ain't hanging out, right? Because it's not useful. Fluffiness, right? That's cute talk, right? Having the tools with you is the real talk, right? The skills to navigate how to have boundaries with people you don't really want to talk to. Just freaking walk away. Like, sorry, I have to go somewhere away. Where are you going? Oh, I'm busy today, thank you. And just go. Don't feel bad. Right? Because manipulators, they're good at it because they know human etiquette. They know that nice people aren't just going to walk away, so they manipulate. And sadly, that's how scamming works. Scammers. Because I learned from my teachers, does God want you to be a beggar? Because if you learn to be a beggar, then you'll never learn to earn it yourself. You just beg forever. Hell no. Because begging, it leads to victim consciousness, because it enables you to not be responsible for life. And if you're not responsible for your life, then your life is going to be miserable because you're going to wait for somebody to be responsible for you, which leads to manipulation. And then if you have that mentality, your children also learn from you. So now you have somebody who's manipulative, miserable, disconnected, and raises children from that. Well, what do you think is going to happen to that child? They're going to go scam, manipulate, unless they have great mentors and great teachers to guide them the right way, because some parents don't know better because they've been traumatized. Right? That's why I look at how can we unite humanity, right? Because it's hard for people to get along, like collectively, because we have these imaginary walls called the narrative. And when we destroy the narrative that divides people, we start to agree and we heal. But the narrative is what's used to control your mind. That's why, right, the radio, that's the first machine used. The TV, it's called a programming, right? Our phone, all this is to control the programming. Now, some of it is good, but most people don't know what's good and what's not good because they never use discernment, right? And sometimes well-meaning people come from ideology that disconnect and divide people, you know? And so right, that's it. So that's why in here, what happened? People tell me, Jesus loves you. I respect that, right? But I'm spiritual. But even though we let people know this is more of a spiritual community that respects religious people, but we're not here to spread religion, but we respect it because religion is a spiritual path. But some of them still don't know better, and they still try to proselytize or whatever, right? Which is terrible. And sometimes it's like, when you have people from different, I grew up around like you hear a lot of communities look down on the, gay, lesbian community, which is what create more division, right? Because that's a lot of it creates that divide. Well, why can't we all just get along? Because they've been taught that's not the right way. But what if they already chose that path? What if that's their life? And so that's why that divide needs to break. We just need to find a way to see what's dividing us and just destroy it and find a way to unite. And I think that's what's happening. It's just we're at the beginning stages of destroying all these divide. But sadly, people get used for that division to control more. You can create whole movements of division because it's about power and control at the end of the day when it comes to people on that level. Us, we're just trying to live life and chill. That's why I'm grateful what we have here. To me, is the future of like what's possible, where everyone can get along and spiritual people respect religious people respect spiritual people, and even if you're not religious or spiritual, you can hang out because you like positive vibes. Yeah, but we guard this place really well. No snakes, no manipulators, right? Any divisiveness, I make sure it stays at the door. You're not bringing the division in here, but some people, they don't like that. They don't like one love. They need things to be tribal because they've been captured religiously or captured ideologically, and they just want open. And so the ping pong, the pendulum swings back and forth. But with one love, the pendulum stays still. If we can just get the whole world to breathe together and just see each other relax without judgment. Yeah. But none of it's easy. It's impossible to make everyone happy. Let's just be real. Even if what I'm promoting may feel unifying, it makes sense. Some people don't want it to make sense because their ego cannot accept it, because there's revenge and hate in some people's heart on all sides, right? There's always extremists in every category of life, right? And so that's why it's not easy. Yeah. But that's why I show up every day. I don't expect it to be easy. I just want to do the work that my ancestor passed down to me, right? I'm not here by accident. Right? Maybe it's random that somehow I end up being like this, spiritual and stuff. Like, there's a reason why y'all like coming here. There's a reason why you feel peaceful and joyful here. It just passed down knowledge of what works. It hasn't been lost yet. It's just very few actually practice because it's a lot of work to be devoted to one love. Because you can just say, F it. I don't feel like one loving today. That's not how it works. You have to be consistent with the way you live your life. I don't like coming here. I just like practicing. Link in the bio, he says. A country divided can't be united. This country was based on freedom of religion. Well, let's get to a more basic conversation of that. The nature of the human experience, there's a right and wrong and yin and yang. So naturally, if you live life from your mind, there's always a division. But if you live life from the heart, you understand about one love, which is called faith, devotion, surrender and love, oneness. But some people don't know about that because they've been taught love, that's my God and your God, my religion and your religion. That's why I don't follow that. Right. I just follow, even the people who don't resonate with what I'm doing, to me, they're part of my loving community, right? They might disagree, but to me, they're my homies, they're my brother, sister. They want to be happy and loving and just like me. Maybe they do it in a different way, in a religious way, because that's their form of practice. It's, to me, there's nothing wrong with that. But to them, there's something wrong with me because I'm not practicing them. What they're doing, that's ego. Right? Now, so it's really difficult. So that's why the one love thing, why isn't that happening more? It was with the hippie movement. It's more about systems of control maintaining it. That's what And that's why Morpheus was willing to go and help Neo see the truth. I know you've been looking for me, right? But the people looking to wake up, they're very few. Very few. Because it's just crazy to wake up, right? Many, like, to recognize there is some egoic narrative machine keeping us not seeing the truth, to keep us divided. But we're really all one love, one light. But to talk about it is cute, but to help people feel that one love, that's how we make a difference. Because there's a lot of people talking, but not enough people helping people transform feeling. People talk about God all day, but feeling the love of God is what they fail to do to help others do. Right? They want you to come to their God instead of help people feel the love of God, agape love. We just talk about the love of God. If we just are out here generating more agape, more love, more kindness, rather than the need to convert to ideology, religiosity, right? People would actually become a lot more unified because it's genuine love. Yeah. Of course, that's easier said than done, which is why I live my life to follow this path, which I didn't even know how far I would get, but apparently I got here, so. You know what I mean? Shoot, I got here. I was crazy enough to believe that, man, maybe I could help people wake up. Right? I'm so, like, maybe people may have judged, or, right? Who do you think you are? You're gonna help people awaken? Well, you're just some dude. Yeah, I'm gonna try it, I think. Why don't you just get a real job? I don't want it. I'm trying to help people free their mind and stuff. That's more interesting. That's why I make an effort to understand religious people, because they're my people. Also, right? A lot of spiritual people block religious people. Right? But instead, we need to find a way to unite and things to make sense and for there to be genuine transformation. I thought I was going to lose my mind today. I felt I was too much inside my head and spiraling and losing touch with reality because I'm inside. Well, what's the response what plan do you have? If you have anxiety, what's the response plan to anxiety? Enjoy your life. or else you'll miss it. And sometimes going out to nature and just walking on the dirt, listening to some birds will do it. If I'm right, sometimes just going to a body of water and just looking at some ducks. Maybe you get some duck food. Just feeding some ducks real quick. If you know wherever the ducks are, right, you get to go on a journey to go feed ducks. Like, it's kind of relaxing. Feed the fish somewhere. In Thailand, at many temples, you can feed the fish. And some people buy like a 50-pound bag of fish food, and you know what they do? Just sit there and just... And some temples, they've been feeding the fish for 20 years. So the fish is the size... It's like a Rottweiler. The fish, because they buy the fish from the market and then they release it in like a temple pond. Like the temple that I went to be a monk at in Thailand. I was like, God damn, those fish look like a dinosaur. Because people just, it's a relaxing thing to see. You throw the food and here they come. Like, oh shoot. And that temple also had a monkey. So you could also feed the monkey and the fish. Like, where did y'all got monkeys here? Yeah, I know, that's Thailand for you. But some temples had too many monkeys and then the monkeys be wildin'. I saw a video of somebody in Thailand recently that if you feed, there's a stick for feeding the monkey, but the stick wasn't for, it was to defend yourself from monkeys. They gave you a stick for self-defense because the monkey might be aggressive. Like, what the? Welcome to 2025. Yeah, good old, it was like a straight stick. Like, what's the stick for? For hitting the monkey? Like, yeah. Well, the thing is, the monkeys will steal stuff from you because they're just looking for food, right? They're cute unless you cage them. Like monkeys that are not caged are chill, but there's that one monkey that if you cage the monkey and all that, they get really aggressive. Yeah. Just like human beings, right? I guess some human beings. I would love to hang with you a couple of days, but we're hanging out right now. That's what everyone's doing here. But we're going to be out of town in a couple of weeks where I actually will be hanging out with people around the fire at Medicine for the People. So, yeah. One of my I'm not sure if I'll go live. One of my dreams is to be able to have an outdoor live streaming setup Right? It'll be cool to have a room that can also be outdoors, but I don't know how the audio will be. Probably not that good, right? Unless I live in a country, which there's a high potential. Yeah. Let's see here. Like sister, yeah. Because I want to be able to do this outside once in a while, you know. Yeah. It would be cool for the room to be able. Yeah, in Thailand, when you go to the temple, they have people selling food to feed the monkeys. That's a common, right? They sell bananas, basically. Right? Bananas is the main thing. And feeding the elephants, lots of elephant feeding, because that's the Thailand's national animal. And it brings lots of tourists. Yeah. Some is more business and some is animal sanctuary, you know. And you can tell if the elephant's happy or sad too. You know? But if you ever seen a baby elephant, holy, so. Yeah, when I went back to Thailand, the recent time, two times ago, I definitely rode. We rode an elephant, and then we went to the beach, and then we played in the water with a baby elephant. Like, it's so cute. And then the way it. Thank you, D. The way it makes noises, it does. Like the trumpet sound it makes, it's like. And it's so cute. Yeah. So me and my sister got to ride the baby elephant. And then like the baby elephant, once it walked into the ocean and then it just tipped over. It's like, wait, what the? You know, in Thailand, like elephants were used to drag logs, and buffalo were used to, you know, their vehicle. Like in Thailand or in even many countries, the buffalo is like, if you had a buffalo, that was that's your. The buffalo was like everything. The car, the ATV. If it flooded, the buffalo gonna get you through the flood, right? The buffalo, I think, I guess you can get milk from the cow. And so it's, then you can make butter. You can make more delicious food without having to go buy, but of course very expensive to own. Right, we always use animals like horseback riding and all these things. I think eventually everything's gonna lead me back to Thailand, but I cannot move there until, I'm currently on Mystic Village right now. Right, eventually I know that it's gonna lead me back to Thailand. Even though I don't really speak Thai fluently, I speak broken Thai. My vocabulary is so low, but I can learn very quickly. It's just there's not a lot of Thai people to talk to. Yeah, it's just more about there's a lot more people becoming spiritual in Thailand, and that's why. And there's a lot of people coming to Thailand for retreats and spirituality. Yeah. And so that's what because I see a movement, because a lot of, again, religion oftentimes may not work. Traditional doesn't always work because oftentimes it's routine. So I see a lot of not modern and new people exploring more sound healing and breath work. Now, Buddhist temples have always been teaching breath work, but not all of them, right? Not all of them. So I'm just glad I can find a middle way between learning to balance tradition and respecting that, but also being open to what's new. That's called the middle way. That's literally what's taught. But yet, people are so attached. I learned from the master, Buddhism, there's Theravada, the original. And then what expanded from there is Mahayana, right? Which is the biggest sect of Buddhism, right? Which is Buddhism, the original teaching, but there's faith involved, right? The original Buddhism, the Buddha's teaching, it's just more be present, cause and effect. But Mahayana is like, there's celestial beings that help us, called bodhisattvas. Theravada don't believe in that at all. Like Kuan Yin, Amitabha, this is all like, y'all making this stuff up. That's not true. The Buddha didn't talk about none of that. Right? But people meditated and have similar experiences that cause people to, you saw that too? Oh. And then you have the next version, which is Tibetan Buddhism, which combine everything that you ever learn in India. Like there's the yogic, like Hinduism and yogic traditions, and even learning to do the you could say black magic, but it's just more tantric vibe, which is doing healing and spells and all these things, because they're open to everything. And that's the most I would say that's the really leading edge of the movement, which is why the Wim Hof, a lot of it comes from the Tumo, which again, and so it's all just do what works. Sometimes you need things to be traditional, but that's why I look at results more than tradition. Tradition works if there's results. But if tradition doesn't have result, you have to be willing to expand, grow, and evolve it. Or else you have people following something that doesn't even work. The Tumo, the fierce lady method, the visualizing the orb in your stomach as you breathe. Then you swallow saliva, squeeze your perineum. Center your energy, relax your surrounding body. But I don't really share that with people as much anymore. It's not necessary. Because if you need more advanced thing, you'll figure it out. Yeah. Because the more advanced thing the universe teach you through dedication, the more, right? For example, who taught me how to play the flute like this? The more I play the flutes, the more the universe teach me all these techniques, right? I naturally figure out how to do all that because God, the universe, creativity. When you keep your mind open, doors of creativity just keeps unfolding with every art form, meditation, breathwork. That's why I don't even have to think about it. I just pick it up, music comes out without me having to think what to play. Because that's my practice, right? It's more, that's my, right? This is my spiritual discipline. My mind blanks, music comes out. Yeah, there's a flow to it. Mastering one thing is very difficult. How do you stay interested? Well, that one thing has variety, right? I help people. Well, look at how I'm helping people. George, George, George of the jungle, watch out for that tree. I use humor, flutes. Am I just playing one flute? I got a couple flutes that I'm playing clearly. Right? How many types of instruments are we playing digitally? Right? We got the dung dung dung. Right, so that's what keeps me inspired because I'm evolving, I'm growing with you. Right? How many singing techniques do I use? So the more you explore your modality, the more the universe just keeps giving. Right? On the journey to helping people, the money might not come first, but the gifts, they just keep pouring out of the sky. I'm like, what the? I didn't even know I could do that. Right? So that you get something greater. It's called treasures. Right? The different treasures that you unlock within yourself. Wisdom, patience, different types of breath work, where I'm breathing mainly from the stomach, right? Or sometimes, you learn how to have different stages of breathing, and I learned that through the flute, how to use circular breathing, right? And then you learn circular breathing on the didgeridoo. Oh, thank you, Dee. Thank you so much. you could get pad thai, it's fine. Then you could do circular breathing on the didgeridoo. You could do circular breathing on the flute, right? Eventually, I start learning how to play transverse flute, right? Normally, right? But then this, here, take the transverse flute sideways. I'm like, and then I couldn't play it for like a couple months. Like the geisha, right? I was like, what the hell? I could play the other Japanese flute. And I was like, why is it not making noise? But I didn't give up. And then the geisha appeared, right? So quiet. At first I was like, man, how come you're so quiet? Since it's not loud, I was like, man, how can I use that to help heal people? It's so dang quiet. And the universe goes, find a way. Oh. Fine. So I learned how to be more dramatic with my breath, Right. It's like, damn, that's so much work for little sound. But the result is like demure. It's like, love your damn self or don't. And then when you pair it with the koto, ding, ding, that's when it's sexy. So it's a G sharp minor, which is what, A flat, Japanese scale. Here, I'll give you a little taste. The Japanese vibes. So this is, I think, one of the hardest flutes I have, because of the demure nature, the quietness, and the breathwork required to make it sound good on a theater, right? Because if you're privately playing the flute, only you hear, right? Most of the flutes I have are online, yeah. Some of them were gifts. I think most, yeah. Oh, some of them I bought in person, like the bansuri, right? Because I live in Houston and there's a huge Indian community, and the bansuri. And some of them, my friend went to like Peru, like this one, to Peru, brought back some flutes, and I kind of permanently babysit them. But I should give this one back because I don't really, it's a beautiful flute that I don't play very much now because it's 440 hertz. Most of the flutes that I use is 432 hertz now. And yeah. Nothing. It's just 432 hertz, you can feel it more in your body. And 440 hertz, you can feel it more in your head and like around here. And so more people need more grounding. 432 hertz, you can feel it more down here. That's basically it. And also, when you're making music, if you have flutes that are different frequency, they don't the tuning doesn't match very well. Unless it's a hand pan, because the hand pan is not very. The hand pan has a high, more what do you call it? Different overtones and undertone. Dong, right? That's it. Some people prefer 440 because that's all they ever heard. But when you hear the difference in 432 hertz, it's not about what is heard, but it's how it's felt. When you feel 432 hertz music, you understand, like, oh, it's more in your body. I always demonstrate it, right? Let's see, I can demonstrate easily here. Get a piano. This is 432. .440. And if you don't have headphones, you might not even hear that much difference. But you feel, the feeling is different. Back to 432. And in the New Age spiritual movement, you know, if you research it, the intention of switching to 440 was not a good intention, yeah. Which is called concert tuning. So you have to, you know, when you go do your research, you start to see like, okay. And I feel it. That's why I mainly make 432 hertz. Now I could play 440 hertz in a loving manner, but if I have an option, I'm gonna go pinkies up 432. But if I don't have option, I happen to have the option to make 432 hertz music, and that's why we out here. We out here, man. And you can hear the difference in the flute. Like here, I'll show y'all the difference. This is a 432 hertz flute, and this is a 440 hertz flute. Okay, this is made from bamboo. This is made from a hardwood, so there may be some difference. So maybe not the greatest comparison. I need 2 bamboos. Let's see, I don't even have D major. Yeah, okay, this is going to be the best comparison. Here we go. Listen to how it makes you feel. We're going to let's start with 440 hertz first this time. Both beautiful, right? So that's why I said, even if you have 440, you can make it sound good. But if you don't, right? If you have option, 432 is great. But if you do 432 hertz, everything you do has to be 432, or else it doesn't sound harmonious. I guess I can also show you what I mean by that. So if I play a piano in the key of A minor, 432 hertz, okay, I'm going to show y'all. We're getting a bit educational today. A minor pentatonic, okay? Exact same key, but I'm going to do a 432 hertz on the piano. Okay, so the piano is 432. 440 hertz. And then I'll play a 432 hertz, I guess, so you can see the difference in how music harmonizes. So concert tuning is 440. So when you go to the orchestra, when you listen to music, most music on the radio is 440 hertz, unless the artist make 432 hertz. Right. Here we go. So this is 440 matched with 432 hertz piano. And now we're going to go to 432 hertz flute with 432 hertz piano. play the piano in 440. Okay, so the piano was 432, and I was trying to share with you what it sounded like. Okay, so this is 440, 432, you already know. Here we go. So 440, okay? Piano is 440. 440 flute. Here we go. Flute, 440 piano. Thank you, Beverly. So there you go. You can blend it well for sure. And the thing is, I can feel the difference, and I know that if the if the frequencies are different, I had to compensate by adding more emotion, because I know there's some disharmony going on. And also, here's like I show you all the time, the difference between 432 and 440 is not that much. Right? Here's the difference. Okay, let's see here. Right, 440 is over here. As you can see, this flute is not, it's like 436. But if I play a little bit harder, right, I can just soften the air. Right? That's why. But this is super technical. At the end of the day, if you didn't see the graph, and you didn't know about any music theory, didn't know 440, right? It's just more about how the person makes you feel, how the music that they're playing. That's why that's the most important thing, right? Learning to play from your heart, it means a lot more than buying some bougie 432 hertz for $1,000, right? That's what really matters, the heart. So that's why when people talk about can you play 432? Oftentimes they don't really know how to make 432 hertz music, because they're just thinking it's just play one note, right? They just think they think 432 hertz is just this. Just me sit here. Can you play 432 hertz? I sure can. They don't know what they're talking about. So that's why we have to educate. Right? Yeah. It's the container, right? So this tuner is tuned to tell you where 432 is. If the whole scale, if everything was tuned to the A note, right? That's what the foundational note, if that's the main thing, right? The first A, if we make that first A 432, the rest will be different. Right, so it's more about that first A, which is A4. Right. If the first A was 440 hertz, this area right here would be in the center of this tuner. And that's how 432 hertz music is created, or 440. Right? Concert tuning is over here, right? So that area would be centered if this tuner was tuned to 440. And I can show you right now what I mean. Let's see here. Just so y'all understand what, the art of creating this kind of music is. Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Why do we use 440? You gotta go research it on your own. It's too much to... Yeah, just go research it. You'll see why I don't really want to openly talk about it. Yeah. So there's so whenever if I want to change this tuner to a different frequency, let me mute it first because it could be loud. So here, you see the A4 here, A4, y'all see that? I guess it's at the bottom. You bring it to the top here. Okay, A4 here, you see that? It's 432 hertz. I can change that to 440 hertz. Okay, I'll change it to 440. Now it's tuned to 440. Now when I play the flute, the 440 hertz flute, look. So now it tells you when you're in line with that frequency. So the A4, it's what dictates like what's 440 and 432. Yeah. It's not really, when you discuss those kind of things, it's better, because if you're a seeker, you will find. Yeah. That's all. You have to know how to be effective in helping people and teaching things. You know what I mean? I know when to not say some things. I know when to say them. That's why the community is peaceful. because I learned how I have mindfulness. I learned from my teacher, some things you just have to play dumb and be quiet on some things because it brings more disharmony than harmony. You know what I mean? So I always look at, is this going to create more peace, love, or more or more negativity or divisiveness or whatever, right? That's it. But of course, you have to learn how to speak the truth in a way that gets the point across without pissing everyone off. And that's a really difficult skill that many people don't try to achieve. Yeah. Welcome, blessed cornucopia. What's up? Yeah, I think that's the best thing I learned. Play dumb. Because you want to be informed about things to bring harmony to humanity. Right. Sometimes you're informed about some things and and people aren't ready to hear some things. And so you have to know when they're not ready to hear it through observation. It's like telling somebody you don't love yourself and they're not ready to hear it. You end up pissing them off. So you have to find a way to hi, welcome to the Mystic Village. We are loving your damn self party here. Because if you don't love yourself, nobody else gonna do that for you. So it's a lot easier for them to hear that because it's not directed right at them. Right? But if it's true, then they'll think about it, if they're ready to hear it. So I learned how to be graceful most of the time, but if the universe says drop the hammer, then I have to, because the universe told me, which is called your heart. Right? If my heart tells me I have to deliver the painful truth and today is the day, because being too comfortable doesn't help you grow. Right. And the more, right. So whenever somebody respects me more, then I give them more respect with the truth. Right? I want to be honest to you. Because some people, when they deeply respect you, they can handle more because they respect you. But if they don't respect you, they can't handle the difficult truth from you because they don't respect you. They take it differently. When they respect you, they know that it's coming from a loving place. Right? Or we end up just manipulating people and getting them to come to our event and buying more tickets, and life's still the same. So that's why spiritual business doesn't work, because the truth pisses people off and they'll never come back if it's a business driven. And sadly, a lot of it is about money rather than about transformation. It's more about transaction. That's why when I see new age healers, everything's too corrupted with transaction, so it makes people not really say the truth because it's inconvenient. Yeah. And slowly people get it. Like, honestly, as you get older, it's a lot more difficult for some people to hear the truth. But it just takes longer time as the person's older because their ego has been solidified. But one thing I'm good at is this. I keep massaging your ego until it loosens. Hello, welcome. Then every day you come here, your ego gets massaged. You're like, yeah, I actually should love myself. Yeah, I haven't been treating myself so kindly. Yeah. Right, because I'm here for more of the I'm here for more of the marathon. Right, so I'm like, oh. That's why I don't play all the time, because if I'm playful all the time and it's time to drop the hammer, God, your ego is gonna be hurt. You were nice the other day, bro. What happened to you? Nothing. I've just been like this. Right? Doink. It's Friday. Oh, is Arrow Eyes out here dropping hammers too? Doink. Ah. What the? He's... But I know, yeah, so some people come here and they see me as a mentor and they really respect me, then I'll give them more. But some people, it's more casual. So the more people show me respect, the more it's like, oh, you trust me. All right, I'm going to give you more. Right? I just reflect back what you give. Right? You engage with me, I engage with you back. Some people engage authentically. Some people engage to get attention. There's a big difference, right? Whenever you engage authentically, you start asking deep questions, right? Like, oh, you asking, oh, you going deep today? Oh, okay, you're here to grow. Word. I'll be dropping hammers all day. Is that your nickname now? Arrow Eyes, the Hammer. Spiritual sounds. His AKA the Hammer. Get the swell. Welcome, Ginger X. Hanging out. You know, sometimes people, you know, as long as you come here with being humble, I don't mind. It's just some people come here, I haven't seen them in a while, and then they not humble. Not anyone here right now, of course. It just sometimes it's just once in a while we have some spiritual ego coming in. Long time they come one time and they want to start like telling me stuff and all this, you know. I'm like, who are you? I haven't seen you. Nah, not anyone here. As long as you're humble, to me, I can hang out with you. But if you ain't humble, I can't F with you because I'm in a humble gang. You know? But also, you have to have courage, right? But before we can be humble and courageous with each other, how about we trust each other first? It's hard for me to trust you. You out here trying to drop deep knowledge, but I haven't seen you in like 4 months. Like that's all. And there's nothing wrong coming back once in a while. It just it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Good one. It's like whenever I don't know somebody and out of nowhere, they just start talking to me like I've been knowing them long time. I don't play that game. You know what I mean? It's like, if we want to build friendship, let's take some time to like hang out and what's up? How are you doing? Right? What's going on in your life? Who are you? I like to build friendship first before we start, you know? Like, but when we have good friendship, I always promote you because why? We're friends. We maintain good friendship, not just come to use each other because you're trying to sell crystals or you want to link in the bio. Sometimes people come in here trying to sell crystals and right. Last night somebody like, come check out my shop to buy some crystals. I'm like, yeah, you part of the issue. Some people come in here trying to sell singing bowls. Like, we're not doing none of that in here, by the way. Link in the bio. I'm more lenient about people begging for money because sometimes you have people who homeless come in here or whatever, right? But if they just keep doing it consistently, they just do their rounds. Well, when will they ever find their way? You know. Do you want people to be a fisher or begging for fish forever? I'd like to see you be a farmer, fisher, whatever you. Yeah, friendship and love isn't transactional. Yeah. There's definitely, you can support each other for sure, but it shouldn't be like a I help you, you help me back, I owe you one kind of vibe. It just follow you, you know. But for some people, it's like that because it's a business friendship. Understandable, right? But that's not really inspiring to people, to ourselves either, because we know it's like, oh, it's just a business friendship. Do you know of an app available for Android? Yeah, there's a ton. Most apps are good. Right? Most apps, for example, I use one called Sound Corset. Okay, see. Ooh, and you can tune to 432 or 440. See? The bottom right there, 432. Or you can reset to 440 right there. See? And it's also it does the yeah, so that's available too. You have this. Yeah, anyway. And most apps can do that. Yeah. And guess what? It's absolutely free because it's like a really basic thing that most people need. A tuner. You can tune your instrument, but why don't they tune their body? That's why we go to the discoteca. Anyways. Let's explore a bit more because I need to explore a little bit here. So the piano here has different chord modes that something called harmonizer. It does all these. Interesting. Then we have 1, 3, and 5, so it does 1, 3, and 5. Interesting, but and then you can choose the chord. Major, first major. It's night and day with my son. One is 25 and one is 10, and my 10-year-old totally vibes with us here. What, your 25-year-old don't vibe with us as much, or what? Welcome, Robbie Schroll. Okay, let's go to mini raid. Thank you, welcome. Hope you had a peaceful, loving stream. Because what we're doing in here, People don't get if you judge it for sure, right? It just seems like, oh, what kind of cult are you in, right? A lot of people's family usually report to me that they think, they've lost their family in a cult. But then when you're happier, he doesn't understand it enough to get what we are about here. Yeah, 25-year-old, because at that age, you end up thinking you know everything. Like you figured life out already. That might be one of the hardest age to. And as you get older, it's a lot harder to help people because their ego becomes. He knows everything. Mom can't ever be right. Well, the thing is, he doesn't realize people can change. It's rare, brothers, sisters, for you. Transformation is uncommon. So when it happens to you, realize a miracle happened. Right? Because most people think, no, you can't just change overnight, or it just. But he sees it, but may not understand it, right? He didn't know that you didn't change by accident. You changed by discipline. Yeah. There's jazz modes here. Jazz. Warm glow of a stream. Did you do some music today? Let's see here. He asked, why am I so kind and loving to everyone in my path? Wait, are people, I guess people aren't like that already. No, I think people are. It's just about the consistency. It's 5:37 right now. I got around an hour 27 or an hour 33 minutes. Diminished. He says, not everyone deserves the grace I give. Disrespectful people deserve love too. That's how we teach disrespectful people to respect others. But before you do that, you have to respect yourself first, right? Oh, the reason you can't love others that fiercely is because you don't love yourself fiercely. And when people hear that, they do agree and then do nothing with it. Anyways. So that's why we have to be gentle with 5-tone. Pentatonic. Let's see here. Hira Joshi. Yeah, this is the ancient world. Hira Joshi Konkin. I imagine how many people I had to help to learn that. that you're right, and then they end up doing nothing with it. So what do? Become an amazing teacher, become an amazing light, and then they do change, which is kind of amazing. So thank you for your part, sister. Aki Bono. You know, let's change this to the string. We need to get the koto up here. Koto. 5-tone. So we have literally like so many exotic scale. Welcome Impulse Fire and Alpha. Yo. Then we have the incense scale. How do you know if you love yourself? Well, you know, we want an easy answer, right? You just know. Well, that's not really an answer. The love that you develop with yourself is something that evolves. That's why it's hard to say it's this one thing. It just gets deeper and deeper and more fulfilling. And when you do genuinely love yourself, it's effortless. Because you realize you are love. But to realize you are love, your ego says, no, I'm not. Why am I sad then if I'm love? Because you're in your damn head. And then that could offend people. So you have to be careful what language you use, when to use it. And because sometimes when you play Street Fighter, you need to do that special move. It's called ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-look-it. And then they go, ooh, my ego. And then after a while, Guru Thanet wins. Anyways. They expect Hadouken, but you give them the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-look-it. Yeah. Right, because everyone knows the Hadouken, but they don't expect the ta-ta-ta-ta. This is called the incense scale, by the way. This one is called Konkin Joshi. Hira Joshi Konkin. Ooh. There's some romance in there for sure. Then this is the akibono. We have an akibono right here in C. All right, so here's the akibono. How to accept that it is soon time to leave the earth instead of constantly thinking about it. Why, you can't avoid the final day. There's no rush. If it's your day, it's your day. If it's not your day, celebrate. Enjoy the life that you have, because all of us, it will come to an end one day. That's why I live my life fully. When I fade away, I don't take my flutes with me. I don't take this keyboard with me. I don't take this with me. My sass stays here, right? So that's why when I'm here, how can we, because if we create a positive domino effect for the people that's here, the world, life, you make life joyful. So you become part of a river of joy. You create a river of joy. You tap into it. And hey, come to the river of joy. Let's enjoy life together. We don't last forever, but let's at least enjoy your life. Welcome, sister. And luckily, when we get sick, healing exists. Amen. Take me to your neck. Right. So that's why I'm grateful, because many people, they don't realize healing is possible because they've been taught to believe in sickness more than healing. Because sickness sells more medicine and healing doesn't. When you don't even believe in healing, you'll just do everything the doctors tell you while not believing in healing. So some doctors help heal, but many don't because there's too many people to help, right? Oftentimes it's more business. They need to keep the beds filled enough to sell the medicine. And sometimes nurses don't even do a good job because it's all a job for many people that pays very well, but it's not oftentimes a place of wellness, and most people know that. So to find great doctors and great nurses is a blessing, especially a group of them. So if you find a great doctor or a great nurse, damn, you hit the jackpot. Because the amount of stories I heard about bad nurses and bad doctors, and they're not bad people, it's just some people, it's a job, right? It's more of a job to them than like their purpose. So that's why when you find people with purpose, they become a huge catalyst for healing or a huge inspiration for it, rather than, and patients feel when the nurse or the doctor is here with their heart or not. When you're here with your heart, you bring more people hope and you heal more people. And you can feel when they're just there as another patient, which is sad as hell. And that has to be said because, there's a lot of people. Ooh. Ryukwon. This sounds like a sitar. I wonder if this works. Thank you, 6 Lean. I've been streaming for 6 years and I have not given up on my dreams yet. So that's why the refinement is this, like this. Dedication is the key. I would say it's more than that. It's more about your purpose, your reason to do something. It's easier to give up in things you don't truly believe. Right? I love helping people and transforming life. And this is a place where I can, which is what opened door to other platform and multi-streaming and all these things. Dedication is not enough. It's why you're dedicated. The reason is so strong. And if that reason is something that's beyond your ego, which is about service at the end of the day, then you'll go above and beyond and do so much more because you want to make a difference on a planet. Yeah. A bogey, let's see here. Whoa. Bubkali. Okay, I guess that's Indian here. Dude, let's change to another one here. We got the kora, which is a West African instrument. We're gonna try the 5-tone here. Interesting vibe, different for sure. Hindolam. Hindolam. The purpose has to match the spirit's way. That's one way of saying it. Many people think that to make your online thing work, you have to focus on, a lot of people focus on trying to go viral and botting, using fake viewers and all these things because they want to get famous rather than love what they do. But then if you follow that path, you end up surrounding yourself with people who want the same thing, which is called clout chasing. Right? You're chasing the fame and fortune and opportunity, of course. But when you don't do it the right way, it always comes crumbling down and dissolving because it's not from the heart, it's from ego. And people can see this by just reading analytics. The path shown when you use purpose to balance. I think that's why I tell you, like, if you don't know your purpose, be aggressive at finding it until you do. It may take you 2 weeks or 2 months, but you have to be aggressive at finding it or you'll never find it. That's why most people don't find it, because they're busy being distracted by other BS called entertainment BS. Right? Because it just blocks you from finding your purpose. Because when you find your purpose, you're not trying to spend time being entertained as much. You're going to spend time on your purpose and calling and focus. People who aren't focused roam around, wasting time and money. But with purpose, you invest time and you invest money, and then you eventually become successful because you're not wasting time, money, resources. You're channeling it towards your purpose. They don't want people to do, and then when you have that, then you're not going to roam around wasting things. You're going to use your life because you have a vision. When you don't have a vision, you just freaking buy too much that you don't need. You don't even use the things you invest because they're not an investment. It's just buying random stuff you don't even use because you're bored. And you know what? That's why those people's favorite holiday is called Black Friday. Right? Because when you don't have purpose, marketing companies know that people who don't have purpose, so they make it so enticing to buy the whatever Apple Vision Pro, the Meta glasses, and then what's the new Labubus. Labubu ain't changing, like your life ain't transforming from Labubu unless you're the one selling it. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about the dude who has a factory. Yeah. That's all the 5 tone. Let's go to, there's world, okay. Hungarian. Oh. Let's go to the handpan instead, just because it's kind of interesting. Go to the handpan and explore some of these world scales. Because, I'm kind of getting bored at doing major, minor, Japanese scale, Arabian scale, minor pentatonic, major pentatonic. So we actually use 7 scales and I'm getting bored of them. So we need some more stuff. And it's on here already. So let's go to C. Hungarian minor scale. A lot harder to hear. Hungarian major scale. A lot harder to hear, so let's just go to the harp instead, so y'all can hear it better. Here's the Hungarian major. That's kind of like Arabian scale, right? not really. It's a bit more enchanting or gentle. Neapolitan scale. Switch it to D. Let's try this one. Make some music with this. Next one, just exploring. We have the Spanish scale. Then we have the Greek. Very unique. We have a Jewish scale here, two of them. Like a minor scale. But it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Let's see how close it is to a minor scale. I'm just curious. Not too bad. So it's more major scale. This is interesting. Let's go to the next one, the Jewish scale number 2. The Indian scale. There's and then there's Middle Eastern scales too. That's number 1. Just one note different. That sounds the best one. Okay, let's switch it. Let's try to match that to the Jesus flute here. Somebody was asking about dedication earlier. I learned that if you just dedicate yourself, if you commit yourself to something for a long time, you end up being really good at it. But sometimes we don't know what to commit to, and that's the issue. A lot of people don't know how to be committed to things because there's so many things you can do. So we end up having no direction because there's so much exploration. So we never decide where we want to channel. So maybe you don't have to just choose one thing. Maybe choose 3 things, right? Maybe your major thing is you want to be somebody who goes to the gym consistently. You also maybe make some music. And on the side, maybe you meditate. If you just stick to those things for a while, you're going to end up being a lot better than most people in that category because you actually devote yourself to that. And so you learn a lot more from commitment to things. A lot of people's relationship break up because of the lack of commitment to themselves rather than the relationship. So people get into a relationship being so committed to the relationship but not themselves, which makes that relationship disharmonious. Because how can you be dedicated to an external relationship when you don't even have that one with yourself? Which is why it feels so possessive and so be mine, own each other, leading to heartbreak. So commit to yourself, your dreams, your vision, your calling. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sister Kalesi. Right, for me, I committed myself to spirituality and helping people and sound healing. And that's a huge area, right? Sound healing, like freaking. My tone of voice, the throat chanting, the singing bowls, different flutes, gongs, Tibetan bowls, didgeridoos, shakers, chimes. But then learning how to use those things effectively is another devotion. Okay, you can't play everything, so you gotta choose what's your mastery. All right, I choose you, Pikachu. I choose you, Native American flute. Oh, I choose you, Ableton. Make music on here. All right, so that's why you wanna find your area and master some things. Right. It says, what's the term with a jack of all trade? Right. What's the quote? I'm a master of all trade, but a master of none, but better than a master of one. Boom. Because you're more useful, right? Because a jack, but, right? Because when it's about having a master of none, yeah, but better than a master of one, because you're more useful because you have you're like a handyman, right? Right, and that's what I walked that genre. Or I would say that philosophy. But it's not for everybody. Some people need to focus on one thing because that's what makes sense to them, you know? Make your life work. That's it. What the? This is more of the modern scale, octatonic scale. What the? So many acoustics. But at the core of what I do, I help people, right? So essentially, that's the main thing, help people. And I think you should too. It's a really good thing. Your life is happy. Help people. Help yourself first and then help others. The end. This gives you so much purpose. There's a reason to wake up because you're useful. The reason I stream so much because I'm useful. There's people's lives get better. So that's why it inspires me to be here, because when I'm here, I make a genuine difference rather than just hang out and chase money. That's why the community is like this, because it's more of it's driven by humanitarianism, or whatever you call it, right? Helping people, altruism, right? Selflessness. But that selflessness comes from feeling complete within yourself first before you can give of yourself. Because if you got nothing to give, how can you give something you got nothing to give? And I think there's different modes. Aeolian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. So many. I think this is like guitar, a lot of electric guitar dudes. Alien. Let's get to the electric guitar and try these modes, because let me see here. We do have the Desolate guitar here, a free plugin. Amazing. We got the mode. Let's try that. Hello. That's pleasant. Pump up the volume. Not bad, right? Okay, let's go to the Dorian scale. I need an expression pedal now, huh? Was it called a wah-wah pedal or something? Oh, by the way, we're on the way to 100,000 followers on TikTok. Yeah, we're currently at like 99.2 right now. 99.2, I think. 99.3. So getting close to. And I think we should give some flutes away on that. You know, when we get to 100,000 followers, we should give some flutes away, man. I think I'll let maybe we can get the moderators together to make that decision. Just so, or maybe, you know, I'll get some insight from some mods. And then I make one decision and I'll let the moderator pick, you know. Let's see, we got how many flutes to give away? We got this one to give away. We have another one like this. And don't really play this one as much. A D sharp, this is a cool one. Green Gears would like a flute. We'll see about that. $700 more followers away from there. Oh, thank you, Fractal Waves. Thank you so much. You like the color scheme? We got the lighting good now in here. Took me a while to get it to this point. Don't worry. Some people, they want like a kalimba or something. It's just over time, you know. Again, I'm only here because y'all make it possible, and we've been blessed because, you know, I get free flutes from Brother Reza to give away. So, because that's the universe blessing the community. Like what community do you hear giving away this many free flutes? Because the universe, like, right. That's why we get like a lot of people not giving away stuff like this. Gas playing. So we got 2 of those to give away. And so I'll decide once we get to 100,000. And again, it's, yeah. Some people on Twitch got some recently, right? Too. It was Brother General Seafood. Is it you? Because some people have been subscribed to me for like 6 years. Like, that's what I'm trying to. But it's more about contributing to the it's more about contributing to the community, like being a pillar, right? The people who get the flute is because they're a pillar in the community. You make the community feel alive. And that's why it's gotten this far without needing to focus on going viral. And thank you, May. Thank you. And Fractal Wave, thank you so much for all your blessing. Witchy. And who's that? Rainy, thank you so much. And the reason I give a lot of stuff away, because my master taught me that, my teacher. I mean, he gave me a car. That's kind of hard to follow. That's why if I grow my wealth, we might be giving cars away to people in the future, you know. I want to be you know, at a point where I eventually can send, you know, we could maybe you know, send $100 gift card. He's buying people houses, cars often, uniting families, right? Helping people get their citizenship. Like, what the? But that's that level. I'm not at that level yet, you know. I'm at baby level. Just send, you know. This is where, you know. Because when you're at that level, I mean, he's been doing it for way, yeah. Hello, Thanet. Yeah, but it's fun to send people singing bowls and flutes because they're gonna go use it too, It's more about appreciation, right? We're a sound healing community. And I like to support the people who are sound healers that live stream consistently. There's a lot of sound healers, but they don't live stream consistently. That's why I send flutes to the people who try to live stream. Like I send Brother Arrow Eyes a bowl because I see him doing his part. That's what I'm trying to support, because we need people willing to give their time to be of service to humanity, to help it be peaceful, right? Why don't you just go to sleep? Phrygian major, there you go. No, we'll stick to the main scale. We have the Arabic scale. I explored some more, but nothing interesting. So we're gonna go back to maybe seeing how we can execute the piano instead, the chord mode here. The scale, no, it's just more. I give my emotion to my discipline, that's why. Because that's how you connect with music, emotion. So when you learn how music makes you feel, then you can learn to make music to help people feel something. Which is like a full body experience for me. That's why when you see me play the flute, I move a lot because I'm like letting the music flow out. Like when I saw Yo-Yo Ma play the cello, I'm like, yo, you about to fall off the chair, bro. Have you seen Yo-Yo Ma play the cello? This dude, like, the cello's over here, like over here. Like, hey, yo, you dodging bullet? Because who gives a F, right? Just make dope vibes. Y'all haven't seen Yo-Yo Ma? Okay. Ain't nobody playing the cello like him. Oh, you have, yeah. Are you saying I can dodge bullets? No, but your cello can dodge bullets. Have you seen Kung Fu Hustle? Those two guys just flip the cello on the side. That's how you destroy the bullets. Anyways. Let's see what this sounds. Okay, that's too much here. What the? Auto. Love that movie, by the way, Kung Fu Hustle. If you've never seen Kung Fu Hustle, you need to go watch it. It's silly, spiritual. Yeah, because I grew up watching a lot of Kung Fu movie, yeah. Lots of Kung Fu. Shaolin soccer. Shaolin soccer. That's even more crazier than Kung Fu Hustle. It's so crazy, I don't even know. I want... Have you? Shaolin soccer. There's a girl in there too, right? And then they wear the fake bald thing. You can tell. It's like, and some dude, his soccer pose is like he stands on his head. Yeah, it's kind of wild, but hey. Over the top is like America, Quentin Tarantino, whatever. Kill Bill, you know. But it's over the top with, you know. Now I don't even watch movies now. I don't have time. Sometimes I daydream about watching a movie, but then I just don't. It would be nice to watch a movie once in a while. Nope. But I just won't. Let's see. Auto mode, that's what I'm talking about. I like auto mode. Yeah, I just talk about movies I used to watch back then. The last thing I probably watched, probably some stand-up comedy or something. Thank you, May. You didn't fall asleep yet? What the? Are there any positive affirmations I can say that will help me have a good night's sleep? Lay in bed, chill, and just keep dragging your breath and mentally reciting relax. Relax. That's it, yeah. Because that's what you need to be doing. Harmonizer, okay. So like 1, 3, 5. That's too much. 1, 3, 5. Too much. Less is more. There we go. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. Guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way? Myself, talking about myself. Is it better to breathe out of your mouth rather than... In the beginning, breathe however it makes you feel comfortable. And then just choose to be consistent. Usually I just breathe through my nose because it's easier to just focus on one area than nose and mouth. I just focus here, single pointed focus. Okay? When you exercise, the quickest way to reduce your heart rate is in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth, because you can circulate more oxygen. But after a while, you have oxygen in your body, and now you want to meditate and center yourself. But you're not always needing to lower your heart rate that much. You want to have a good flow. Yeah. You can make up your own breathing technique. It all works because you know why? Focusing on your breath, it's helping you to be in the present moment rather than in your damn head. Like you can make up any technique. For example, I just made that randomly up. Ta-da! All right, that's more like Kriya Yoga. The reason why there's knowledge passed down is because people practice and they have found great result using some techniques. And so they say, oh, this technique works for you. I tried it. It works for me. I share it with my friend. It works for them. This technique works. Many path leads to the same ocean. Yeah. What's the benefits of holding? It just gets a different like flow. I don't really. All the yoga, it leads to this. The end. Because in the beginning, you don't believe. Many people need to do more because you don't realize this is it. So you got to do a lot more, pretzel yourself upside down. But at the end of the day, all these different techniques, it just leads to where? Hoodoo kids. Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. That's just my rendition, more singer. That's useful. Do I want to use that though? Because this is a harmony mode. Welcome, Dev. And Emmanuel Michael. Michael said he got the flutes. You got the flute. Hope you have fun. Not sure if Transcend got the flute yet. Yeah. How do I reduce bad music lyric hypnosis? Just listen to the instrumental without the lyrics. Yeah. It's Simon. Oh, which Simon? For example, I love A Tribe Called Quest, but then some of the lyrics ain't that sexy, but the instrumental is dope, right? But it's a whole different song without the lyrics. Same thing with Kanye music, right? Some of the really dope instrumentals, but then with the lyrics, it's kind of like, Okay, welcome back. Your account was nuked by evil people. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. I think what we have is good already. I'm trying to see. Okay, it's more about exploration. I mean, for example, It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube. That's a dope song, but some of the lyrics, it's like, shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him. Oh, 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven. Yeah. I pulled out the jammy and killed the punani. Like, right. It's a great, I like the whole song. It's just like, you know what I mean? Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No barking from the dog. No. And mama cooked breakfast with no smog. I got my grub on, but then pig out. Finally got a call from my girl. I wanna dig out. Oh, here we go. Hooked it up. I gotta go cause I got me a drop top and never hit. Like, it's cool. And then farther in the song, it's like, oh, it got dark, huh? It's not morning no more. The morning time more peaceful. Don't go. Basically, don't go out late at night. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Stay home. I'm in bed by 8. And I'm here with you, putting you to bed. Some of you, I guess. All right, children, here we go. Once upon a time, not long ago, there lived a little boy who was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said. Like, me and you here, we're gonna make some cash, robbing old folks and making the dash. That's a dope song about, you know. But there's wisdom in that, you know. Like that song, Big Papa, is a great instrumental. And now I see some ladies tonight, and she be having my baby. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture this. 50-inch screen, money green, let the sofa. Got to ride a limousine with the chauffeur. Like, ooh. Right, and then sometimes, like, it's good and well, maybe it's just me. Because I grew up listening to exploring. I remember I like to listen to Cypress Hill because it's just good. Dun, 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 dun. Hello, my name is Dr. Green Thumb. Like, the beat was dope. Dun, dun, dun. Doctor. Right. It was just like, insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane. It's insane. Rock superstar. Yeah. So you wanna be a rock superstar? I like more insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. I'm about to get off soon in about 9 minutes. Yeah. So this is what led me to Nujabes, right? Nujabes, which is like the godfather of lo-fi and jazzy hip hop, which is like East Coast. A lot of East Coast hip hop was more jazzy, like Common. Faithful to me. Dun, 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 dun. And I listened to that for a while, maybe a couple years. That jazzy hip hop, which led me to the golden era of hip hop. Dun, dun, pa, dun, dun, pa. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, baby, dun, pa. What's his name again? Rakim, Eric B on the microphone. Cause I be on the mic. Cause to me, whenever I listen to that music, it transports me to that time, and there's wisdom in that time. So how people think and feel, you can learn a whole a whole group of people and generation if you just meditate on the vibe of the music, which is why I still listen to, again, Woodstock. When I listen to that Fleetwood Mac Dreams, I think that's like my top 10. Fleetwood Mac Dreams. You will know. There's something healing and pure about it's just how it's made, I studied heavily a lot of hip hop up until 2 Chainz. I just gave up. I'm like, I know. After 2 Chainz, I'm just like, I'm out, guys. 2 Chainz. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. That whole era of just mumble rap made me kind of decide to stop listening. Hip hop and rap is very rebellious. It's really popular in the suburban area because everything's so controlled and so rigid, right? And so the rebellion, the rebellious nature of rap and hip hop is what's needed to like, yo, right? Like the b-boy, like, even crumping, right? The nature of crumping. I used to hang around with a lot of dancers in my lifetime. Yeah, that's why I know a lot of hip hop because I'm around popper, locker, freestyle, b-boys, and I then listen to because I used to do videography, photography. Crumpers. There's a style of dancing called crumping, which is a very aggressive way of like shaking your body and being really over the top in your, right? Yeah. It can be very aggressive or technical, but it started because it's a very like dominant, style. What's his name again? Tight Eyes, right? Yeah, this is more The H-Town Thanet. Yeah. It's really interesting. Stomp the yard, yeah. Yeah, stomp the yard. H-Town Yeah, the thing is, I'm in Houston, I'm around Asian people, right? So the Asian like community and the way, and I was hanging around more of Chinatown Asian people, which is called kind of the hood Asian people. So my mentality is a lot different than suburb Asian people, right? Because it's just more street. So I'm definitely come from more of a street culture and street beginning. Yeah, that's just kind of what happened. And there's a lot more dancing, a lot more going out, a lot more ego, a lot more to prove. Lots of dancing and also a mixture of different, very competitive too. Whether it's street racing, right? The Asian culture and street racing vibe, there's the homies. So I grew up around that street racing, car culture, dancing culture, very street. That's why and sometimes it crosses over. Sometimes there's like pop and lock and dancing at the car meet. Right, so people who I saw at the car meet, I also eventually saw on the dance floor somewhere else. Right. But I was happiest whenever I was off the street, for sure. When I learned to be happy with myself, it was the most enjoyable, peaceful time up until now, right? When you love yourself, you're a lot more happier, because when you're on the street, you're looking for love, you're looking for connection, you're looking for a good time instead of, Yeah, I've been to many. I'm a videographer, so people always ask me to come to their event, or people want me to collab with them. Because it's hard to find people willing to do free videography. Free anything is difficult unless you are a culture creator. When you're a culture creator, you host events, right? So, like here, right? We're creating culture. We host events. We create space for people to engage. And locally, right? You can say it's a trailblazer, sound healing, mystic village. And it's a lot of work. And oftentimes in the beginning, you just keep doing it for free for years. But if you don't give up, brothers, sisters, a way will be made, because you end up being a trailblazer in your community. Right? That's why keep working on your originality. Stop copying everybody and just do your thing. Be inspired by people, but find an original way to live your life and be free. Anyways, This is the end of the stream. I hope you had a good time. I know it's a bit more podcasty style. And I hope that you enjoy it. And, thank you for all your blessings. Thank you for engaging in... I'm surprised May didn't fall asleep yet. Thank you, Stargazer. Thank you, Christy. Thank you, Brother Era Eyes. 3 ohms. Breathing in. Inhale. Please love your damn self. Thank you to all the moderators. Michael, Emmanuel, nice to see you, sister. Sister Amanda, Alicia, Choco Cat, Dev and Johnny and Bella and Kaye, Bubs. I'll see you soon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.